Imagine this. You're in your 30s, sipping a coffee on a beach in Bali, your phone buzzing with a notification that your investments have just grown by 20%. And it's a Tuesday. Now imagine you're living paycheck to paycheck, overwhelmed by student loans, and stressed about what comes next. Which one do you choose? Pause. If you want to live that life in your 30s, it's time to stop thinking short term and start planning long term. And the best time to begin? Right now, in your 20s. Today, we're going to break down how to achieve financial freedom in just 10 years. Act 1. The current reality, the start of the journey. Narrator. For most people, financial freedom seems like an impossible dream. We're told to focus on school, work hard, get a good job, and hope we're saving enough for the future. But the truth is, if you're waiting for some magical moment to happen, you might end up working for the next 40 years, just to retire at 65 with less than you dreamed of. Not the life you want, is it? The first step to getting ahead is realizing that the traditional path is often the one that keeps you stuck in mediocrity. But here's the good news. If you're in your 20s, the next decade is the most important time to make financial decisions that will change your life forever. And no, you don't need to have millions to start, but you do need a plan, discipline, and a mindset shift. Act 2, the problem. What's holding you back? Narrator. So, why don't people achieve financial freedom? Why is it that only a small percentage ever make it? Dramatic pause. Well, it's not because they lack opportunities. It's because they don't take action. In fact, there are 3 main reasons why most people fail. 1, lack of knowledge. 2, fear of risk. 3, living for today instead of tomorrow. Take a second and think about this. Are you living paycheck to paycheck? Or are you constantly chasing the next thing? That car, the phone, the latest gadget? If you're not prioritizing long-term financial health, then you're probably wasting money on things that don't actually build wealth. And yes, I know, we all love that Amazon Prime feeling. But listen, the more you splurge on impulse buys, the longer it's going to take to reach your financial goals. And if you're still not convinced, well, let's talk about how the rich think differently. Act 3, the solution. How to build wealth in 10 years. Narrator. All right, let's stop beating around the bush. How can you actually achieve financial freedom in 10 years? It's a 4-step process. Step 1, master your mindset. Financial freedom begins in the mind. You need to think like an investor, not just a consumer. The wealthy don't look at money the same way. They think about growth, freedom, and control. Emotional trigger. You need to stop making emotional decisions with your money. Every purchase, every investment, every choice should align with your bigger goal. Step 2, save and invest aggressively. You don't need a 6-figure salary to start. It's about how you allocate what you make. Aim to save at least 20 to 30% of your income, minimum. But saving is only half of the equation. You have to invest, whether it's in stocks, real estate, or even starting your own business. The key is getting your money to work for you. And the best part, you have time on your side. Cliffhanger. But I'll be honest, this step won't be easy. There will be setbacks. You'll feel like you're not making progress. So, what do you do when it feels like you're stuck? Step 3, create multiple streams of income. You can't rely on a single paycheck. You need to think beyond your job. Whether it's side hustles, freelance work, or passive income, creating multiple income sources will accelerate your wealth building process. Remember, wealth is never built on a single pillar. Diversify. Step 4, live below your means, even when you start earning more. Once you start making more, the temptation to upgrade your lifestyle will be strong. But here's the truth. Wealthy people live well below their means, even when they could afford to splurge. It's not about deprivation. It's about having the freedom to choose how you spend your time, not how you spend your money. And guess what? The most important luxury you'll have is time. Act 4. The Endgame. Turning the dream into reality. Narrator. You've heard the plan, but now it's time to ask yourself, are you ready to take action? Pause. In 10 years, you can either be celebrating your financial freedom or still chasing after the same paycheck-to-paycheck grind. The choice is yours. But here's the catch: you have to start today. You won't see instant results, but every small step you take compounds over time, creating a snowball effect that'll bring you closer to the life you dream of. Remember, wealth is not built overnight. It's the daily, disciplined actions that will lead to extraordinary results. Pattern interrupt question. Wait, hold up. Doesn't that sound like a lot of work? Sure, it's hard, but nothing worth achieving is ever easy, right? Think about how good it'll feel when you're not just financially free, but also emotionally free, knowing that you created this life with your own two hands. Smooth ending, chop, call to action narrator. If you're still with me, you're already ahead of the curve. Now that you know how to build wealth in 10 years, your next step is to make those small but powerful decisions today. But here's one more thing. You've probably heard about compounding, but do you truly understand its power? In my next video, we're going to dive deep into how compounding can work in your favor and why it's the secret weapon for growing your wealth faster than you ever thought possible. Tease the next video. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. Check out the link at the end of this video, and I'll see you there. End screen. End screen notes. Add. Click here to watch the next video on the power of compounding. Add, subscribe, and notification bell. Narrator. Until next time, remember, your financial freedom starts now. Make the choice today, and in 10 years, thank yourself for the action you take today. You've got